Hi, this is REDARC, and I'm here with Britt from American Adventure Labs, and I first met you at a previous expo earlier in the year, and the first thing I noticed walking up to your booth was SEMA quality build.
Cool.
And I looked up your website, and it seemed like you hadn't been around long.
Yeah, so even today, we're 2.5 years old, a little more than 2.5 years old, and it's been an amazing journey, to say the least. Like, a lot of good things, some really bad things, and in 2.5 years we've changed a lot, so it's been a fun ride.
Do you have a background in engineering? Because everything you do is clean. I mean, it is precise.
Well, thank you. So no, my background is actually in systems design, like mostly computer systems, processes, that type of thing. But it's very similar in the fact that we have a lot of things that need to work together very precisely. So for me, it was basically just learning some pieces of CAD, some pieces of engineering, some pieces of production for machines and stuff like that. But I've had a lot of experience putting a lot of complex things together, and that's what we're doing now. We're just doing it with sheet metal and spacers and hardware and stuff like that.
But you'd also mentioned you don't like to copy other people's things. You come up with your own.
Yeah.
That's not so easy, and you have what seems like hundreds of products that are all original. That's a feat.
Well, I want to be, and I know this sounds kind of weird, but I want to be the good guy. Like, I don't want to go in and copy anybody's stuff or anything like that. I feel like there's so many parts that we can make that nobody's making right now. There's just no reason to be aggressive towards somebody else's product. So.
Well, no, and also, like, speaking of making so many parts, you just moved into a new facility, and you're only 2.5 years old.
Well, this is our third building in 2.5 years. So it started out, like, I literally went and rented like a 1,000 square foot commercial building, bought a plastic folding table and a laptop, and started drawing parts.
Nice.
And so we were there for a little less than a year, and then we moved from that building to 6,000 square feet, which I thought I would never fill up. And like a month later, it's full. So that was bad. So we were there for a little less than a year. Well, we moved into that during SEMA, the 2019 SEMA, which was terrible, like bad timing for moving. But so we were there for a little less than a year, and then we moved into our current building, which is 10,000 feet, and we kept the 6,000 square foot building too. So anything that touches a vehicle is in the old building. So prototyping, customer builds, installs, all that type of stuff is in there. We moved all the manufacturing into the new building. The new building is really set up with 3-phase power, a lot of gas for powder, co-located to our 3PLs and all that kind of stuff. So it's good.
And you'd said that SEMA was a gamble for you guys.
Yeah. So the company was about 6 months old or so at that point, and I really didn't have the $15,000 that it took to go to SEMA. Like,
That's a lot. That's a big investment.
So, and that's another thing. Like, we're sort of bootstrapping the company as we go. We don't have investors. We don't have loans. Like, it's all like we pay as we go, and that's been really hard, but really fulfilling, and even for the people in the company to know that we're sort of creating our own destiny. We don't report to anybody. We don't have to make anybody else money for shareholders. Like, we make our own money to give ourselves raises, to build new products, to grow the company, that type of thing. So that's been good.
Would you say that your metal platform system, so you make metal drawers, you make the platforms that everything mounts to, it's all looks pretty modular.
Yeah.
Is that your most popular systems that you sell, or are they accessories that go along with those?
So ironically, our most popular product is that fender light that goes on the JL, right on the flare. Second to that is all of our mass stuff, and mass is what we call our modular adaptable storage system. So the concept with that is you install a vehicle specific mounting plate, and then all of our components are already designed, and everything works off of an XY grid pattern. So they stack just like you would stack Legos on a Lego board.
So how do you integrate REDARC into that system?
So what we do with REDARC is a lot of our components are bracketry based.
Okay.
So one of our popular products is a Jeep JL dual ARB compressor bracket and auxiliary battery. So it holds an Odyssey PC1100 battery. And what we learned very quickly is that the alternators on the new vehicles are kind of too smart for their own good. They don't really understand auxiliary battery and blended voltage and things like that. So we needed something in the middle between the alternator and auxiliary battery to handle that intelligent charging. And tried a lot of things before we finally ended up with REDARC, and it was a game over after that.
Plug and play.
Stuff was
just
awesome.
Forget about it now. Nice.
Yeah, and it understands. Like, it does its own charging. It reads voltage coming in. It reads amps of the battery. Like, it just knows. So.
Nice. Well, I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, glad to do it.
Where can they find you?
So our website is americanadventurelab.com, and we're also American Adventure Lab on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank you.